The Thunderbolts is the latest movie in the MCU and the last movie to close out Phase 5. But was it any good? Well, it wasn't bad. Admittedly, I did get bored at many times during the film, and I found myself just wanting more from the movie overall. This will be a light spoiler-filled review, and I'll put something on the screen to let you guys know when that's coming, just in case you haven't seen the movie yet. Let's talk about what I did like. There were 3 characters that stood out for me: US Agent, Red Guardian, and Sentry. The way Wyatt Russell plays the character of John Walker is just how I would imagine him to be in the comics. Arrogant, overconfident, selfish at times, but seems challenged with the guilt of his past. I really empathized with his character. Despite not really liking him all that much in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I was tuned in every time he was on the screen, and I actually want to see more of him in the MCU. David Harbour is always entertaining, and I like that his character served as the comic relief for the film.
Who is this old Santa?
I'm Alexei Shostakov, the Red Guardian.
What?
Because it helped to balance out the tone a little bit. He had those sad and serious moments, particularly with Yelena, and the chemistry between those two was another highlight that helped to carry the film. There's this obvious father-daughter dynamic that gives the audience a chance to connect with both characters, and I like that. I thought that was really good. When Red Guardian would joke around in the film, it didn't feel forced, and I think a lot of that was because Harbour genuinely enjoys playing the character. Now, Lewis Pullman. To be honest, this is the first film I've actually watched him in, and he was great as the Sentry. I'm familiar with some other projects he's been in, but never actually watched those. But I think after seeing his performance in this, I'll go check out those other roles he's played. Let's get back to his role as the Sentry. In comic standards, the Sentry is a fairly newish character, being first introduced in 2000. But from what I was used to seeing of the character in comics and other media before the big screen, Pullman's portrayal was exactly what I imagined him to be. With the character, there's this trifecta of personalities, sharing one physical form, with Bob being one person, Sentry being another, and the Void being in there as well. Every time the character was on the screen, I got the sense of instability, like something was just not quite right with him, and he could change to be a completely unstoppable force at any moment. By the way, imagine having Moon Knight and Sentry in a room together. That'd be a pretty interesting conversation. Let's talk about what I didn't like. If you've seen the film, you know that the character of Taskmaster is killed off in like the first 30 minutes. I'm not kidding when I say this. I literally threw my hands up in disbelief.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now, don't get me wrong. This was a character that was very underwhelming in Black Widow.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
But for her to be brought to a major MCU film, killed off and forgotten about, like she was just irrelevant overall, I started to check out entirely. You know, as much as the MCU has let me down in the past 4 to 5 years, I still give them the benefit of the doubt, because I know not every film is going to be a hit, not every character is going to be likable, but the problem I have is them bringing the character back and at least not trying to make her relevant or redeemable. The character of Taskmaster from the comics has a unique backstory and skill set. I really would have liked to see more of that on the big screen. I think it would have made for some great action scenes. Now, some of you watching may say, well, that gives Marvel the chance to introduce the more comic accurate Taskmaster in the future. And to that I would say, there goes Marvel again, being spoiled with the multiverse storylines. Check out my Black Panther video for more on that. I just really would have liked to see this character be with the team and have more of a fleshed out storyline. Now let's talk about Bucky Barnes, who a lot of people believe should have been the next Cap, but we'll save that for another video. I thought Bucky was very underused. Seeing as he was the longest tenured character in the MCU for this film, he should have had more significant moments in the movie. More scenes of action, more chances to show his leadership. I really didn't like how sidelined he was for most of the movie. When he was on screen, it was nice to see him have his moments, but I just would have loved to see more. Now the Sentry. I know you're probably wondering, nice guy. I thought you liked the Sentry. I did like his character. However, I thought a different antagonist should have been used for this movie particularly. A character that was more street level and not Superman-like. To be honest, If the Sentry wanted to, he could have turned every character into a human origami without even breaking a sweat. But then we'd have a completely different film entirely. I just think having the Sentry was not the best look for this movie, considering how OP he is. There were a few other things I didn't like about the movie, like the pacing. There were times when I got bored because hearing the characters talk about their mental state just seemed repetitive at times. I get that was what the movie was centered on, but it really affected the pacing. It wasn't a complete letdown, but I did check out a few times. I found myself just waiting for them to get to the point. Or the fact that Marvel did the thing again where they play it safe when it comes to the characters being in danger. Sometimes I really want to see some high stakes and somehow the characters just overcome the trials that they're facing in the movie. Probably too hopeful, but maybe one day. So for the Thunderbolts or
New Avengers,
I'm going to give this one a nice guy score of 6 out of 10. It wasn't terrible, but I definitely put it in the mid tier of Marvel films. But what did you guys think of the movie? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Do you think it was just okay? Do you plan on seeing it, or are you skipping this one entirely? Let me know in the comments below. Also, what did you guys think of the post-credit scene? It wasn't really that exciting for me. I was actually confused as to why Marvel chose that as an end credit scene for this movie, but maybe it'll piece together in the next film. Remember to like and subscribe for more reviews like this. Keep believing, keep breathing, and as always, keep pushing peace. I'll catch you guys in the next one.